Get a gator that will get you where you need to go. Something you can get in and go with plenty of space. Be ready to tackle any terrain, large or small. When you choose Reynolds, you choose reliability. A guaranteed great customer experience and relationship from the moment you walk in. Come in and see for yourself or visit reynoldsfarmequipment.com.
During Army basic training, I found out I had 7 herniated discs. Prescription pain medication led me to a heroin addiction. I entered Wheeler's program and learned life on God's terms.
After meeting Greg, I was so impressed, I hired him. When you change that one life, it makes it all worthwhile.
Now, I have a family, house, and a job that I love. At Wheeler, you can have something everlasting.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the IndianaSRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
Sports fans, welcome back to Game Time, to pure spirits, to pure sport. Welcome back to high school sports.
Fans, I'm IHSA Commissioner Paul Knighty, and I just want to say, welcome back.
This is Game Time. This is Indiana high school sports. This is your IHSAA.
At first, me and my mom were struggling. I was trying to pay the bills and trying to take care of my mom at the same time. When I first heard that I can get paid for taking care of my mom, I was kind of skeptical because I had been doing it for so many years without pay. That's when I reached out to Passion to Care. I read all the reviews and I saw that they were #1 in the field. Passion to Care has really, really changed my life. Right now, I take care of my mom 24/7 thanks to Passion to Care.
You want a piece of equipment you can trust, one that's easy to use. No matter the size of the job, you want to create a feeling worthwhile, something you can use for every job. For over 60 years, Reynolds has been a community staple, ensuring our customers powerful implements and top quality care and service. You need something that's in it for the long haul. Visit Reynolds Farm Equipment, your hometown John Deere dealer, today at reynoldsfarmequipment.com.
Can't make it to the game? We've got your back. Just go to www.IndianaSRN.org and tune in to all of the live action, or go to our on-demand service and relive your favorite moments.
Just working with our company, you're going to get to work with a lot of bright individuals.
Everyone is open and ready to help you, and definitely big on advocating for making sure that you succeed and reach your potential.
Everyone's goal is the same, to make the best products that we can for our clients and make sure that it is everything and more that it could be.
What's kept me here? Our culture. We're genuinely a very great group of people. Everyone's just always willing to lend a hand.
When I have a suggestion or a concern and I voice it, leadership actually hears me.
As a consultancy, every person has a role and has something to bring to the table. There's just a lot of opportunities here if you're up for the challenge.
Jump on board, be part of the fun ride, because we're going places.
Aspen Creek Grill, we are a from-scratch concept with comfort fresh food. You can expect a world-class experience on a great budget. We've got incredible specials, great service. Today's dish that we're going to highlight is going to be our Aspen Blue Sirloin. It is, again, our premium Black Angus certified beef, and we top that with a blue cheese crust. Again, everything that we do here is made from scratch, and it's no different from our steaks. We hand cut all our steaks in-house. So our team back there it's just an incredible team. Everything that they do, they take so much pride in. They put a little bit of themselves into everything that they do over here, especially since it is a made from scratch concept. We want everybody to come, visit us, enjoy some great food with some great service. Bring your friends, bring your family, come have some great food, have a great time with us with some of the best comfort scratch food.
Can I help you?
Yeah, I'd like to order a hamburger, fries, salt, maybe a large vanilla shake.
This is a trophy shop, can't you tell?
You got carry out?
Everything that you need, we have here at the shop. Very unique. You order today, carry out tonight. That's our version of carry out.
All right, I'll take one of everything.
Well, that may take a little longer. We'll have it for you tomorrow night.
I'll be back tomorrow to pick it up.
We'll be waiting for you.
Hello and welcome to Game Day. My name is Keith Myers. I'm the Vice President of IndianaSRN. We're glad that you joined us today. If you'd like to see more content just like tonight, just hit the donate button. Every dollar that you donate will go right back into more games right here on IndianaSRN. This means more games for you. It's IndianaSRN, where you always have a front row seat.
Hey, Indiana. Let's clear the air about vaping. Glue, rat poison, paint. We all know these products contain poisons like formaldehyde, arsenic, and lead. And these are just a few of the chemicals you'll find in e-cigarette vapor. Let's clear the air, Indiana. Don't puff this stuff. Visit don'tpuffthisstuff.com to join the fight and spread the word.
We encourage you to follow us on Twitter at IndianaSRN. Find upcoming games, video highlights, and much more. Follow us now at IndianaSRN.
We encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, IndianaSRN. Hit the bell to get notifications for upcoming games and more. Watch as many games as you want, as many times as you want.
At Morales Group Staffing, we are all about building better futures. And during these times, we are working hard to put people to work. We are now hiring for hundreds of jobs with pay up to $17 an hour. Visit our website at moralesgroup.net or text JOBS, JOBS, to 317-472-7600 to apply now and get hired today.
From warehousing to transportation and everything in between, Piper Logistics does it all. Centrally located, Piper Logistics has 2 warehouses in Indianapolis and a warehouse in Cincinnati, Ohio. Piper Logistics houses over 1 million square feet. Along with our transportation department, we can provide service to half the United States markets.
Number 19, Layla Boylan.
And good evening, everyone. We welcome you to Center Grove for the Indiana High School Girls Lacrosse Association Game of the Week. Tonight, it'll be Brebeuf coming in at 4-4 on the season, and the host Trojans of Center Grove at 7-4. Tonight's game being brought to you in part by Reynolds Farm Equipment. Reynolds Farm Equipment is the leading equipment dealer and has been since 1955. Boilermaker Local 374, representing highly skilled and motivated workers in field construction and metal fabrication in Indiana. Wheeler Mission, for over 131 years, Wheeler Mission has been a pillar in the Indianapolis community. Burtner Electric, your trusted electrician partner since 1986. The Morales Group, we're in business to create a better future for you and your family. Piper Logistics, your trusted logistics partners since 1994. Aspen Creek Grill, the largest selection of great food made from scratch and very affordable. Highway Safety Services, over 60 years combined experience in traffic control and pavement markings in Indiana. And the IndianaSRN sports page. Follow the sports page daily with updated news coast to coast. Log on to IndianaSRN.org and click on the sports page tab. Troy Dergowski, Tony Donahue, great to have you with us. And Tony, all indications are right now this ought to be a great one here tonight. One team looking for a little revenge after getting beat last year by the other one.
A lot of aspects going into this game. I think the first one is we couldn't have asked for better weather. You and I did some lacrosse a couple weeks ago. It was cold and rainy, but 62 and sunny down here in the south side of Indianapolis from Center Grove. And yeah, as you mentioned, this is the Center Grove team that's off and running. We've got some changes on the Brebeuf side, especially defensively, that we're going to get into. But yeah, when you lost to a team, you always want to come back and revenge that loss. This is a Brebeuf team that's kind of building a little bit towards the future at 4-4. They kind of know where they stand, but going up against a team like Center Grove, who's one of the top teams in the state of Indiana, you kind of get a really good grasp of where you are here as we get about the halfway point of the season.
You mentioned a couple of changes, and 2 of them are happening in goal. We do know that Ella Flores, the sophomore, is going to start tonight for the Trojans. She played well in the last contest, and so she's getting a chance to prove herself again tonight. And then on the other side, Nev McFadden will be in goal for Brebeuf. So this will be interesting to see which one of these 2 teams will hold up under the pressure.
And you're right about that. I think offensively for both teams, it's let's put pressure. Let's get to the crease. Let's get around the area right there at the goal, and let's find the back of the net. Let's put pressure on the opposing goaltender who is out there for probably the first start of the season. There's going to be a little bit of pregame jitters. As you know, you get a chance to step up. You get an opportunity here. So I think if I'm both coaches, I'm saying, look, let's aggressively go after the net. Let's get in front. Let's create some chances sharing the ball, especially for Center Grove, right? You want to share that ball, find the open teammate, stay ahead of the play, right? We talk about this in lacrosse all the time. Stay ahead of the pass. Stay ahead of the defense. And I think if you're Brebeuf, get physical with it. Get up, play some defense, defend. don't turn the ball over, win your draws, I think is huge tonight here for Brebeuf as well.
Well, what you said a little bit ago, too, is the turnover. Last time you and I got together in one of these contests, the turnovers were huge, and if you turn it over a lot and you don't win a lot of draw controls, you're going to find yourself behind the 8 ball.
Yeah, you never want to have more turnovers than you have goals, and we see that a lot on the lacrosse fields. That usually doesn't lead to W's in the win-loss column. So turnover, find that extra player, right? Make that easy pass. How many times have we seen Troy doing these lacrosse games where you're trying for a 30, 40-yard pass that has about a 10% chance of working? Come to your teammate if she's in trouble. Come to the aid of the goaltender, right? So if it gets flustered, get up there, play some defense, try to get the clear, and then push. I think tempo will be huge here tonight, especially, as we know, with 2 goaltenders in front of the net.
By the way, keep an eye tonight when you think about the Braves, and Holland Drook has 16 goals this year. Talia Sikuso has 14, so those would be 2 players to watch, and that's number 18 and number 15 respectively, and I would imagine you want to make sure they get as many shots on goal today as possible.
Yeah, they're quick. They create space for each other as well. They find, and we're not talking these deep goal attempts, right? You want to get into that zone. You want to get in front of that net, cause some chaos. How many goals have we seen just because it seems like there is chaos offensively where you've got somebody coming from behind the net, coming up, quick clear, fire, so you're going to have to be on your toes. Both goaltenders head on a swivel here tonight.
Yeah, no doubt about it. As Brebeuf ready to go, Center Grove, the defending champions in 1A last year, and by the way, it was Center Grove beating Brebeuf a year ago. So, again, there's a little bit of revenge on the minds of the Braves here in tonight's matchup. Keep an eye on Emily Franklin. She's on her way to play at Charleston in West Virginia, so already making her college plan. She wears number 6 for Center Grove and should be one to watch here tonight.
Yeah, and she's tall, too, so she has the length. She can get out, keep that ball above the shoulder, right? Don't allow it to come down low. Keep it above the shoulder. Keep it moving. And we're going to be calling her name, I think, here early and often in this contest.
All right, the ever-important draw control. And, boy, we keep really good tabs on the draw control because it can be really big. We are ready to go. As you mentioned, a beautiful night here tonight at Center Grove. And our first draw control still
waiting.
Yep, still waiting. And that one's a hard one to get a hold of, isn't it?
Yeah,
outside the circle, too.
Dagley had it and then bobbled it. Now back to midfield. Brebeuf, if they can scoop this, and it's going to be Brebeuf ball to start things off, and they're kind of on the run here early, and we talked about that tempo. Let's speed things up, and let's get some shots on goal. The more we get on goal, the more flustered a new goaltender in there is going to be. Yeah, and that goes for both sides, right? We talked about 2 new goaltenders.
Well, and one thing you mentioned, too, that when you see a lot of 12-meter shot attempts, generally you're not going to get very many scores off that, so you want everything inside the 8-meter if you can.
Yeah, absolutely. That's high percentage looks. Talk about high percentage looks in basketball, high percentage looks here in lacrosse. Tough to see here. Brebeuf in their road maroon jerseys. Hard to read some of the numbers, so I'm going to have to pull out the old binocs there, Troy, and see what happens. But a nice clear here to get it into the zone. Brebeuf gets physical there early is what we talked about, but Center Grove maintaining, and we'll see what they can do here once they get into the crease.
Yeah, they're going to work behind the cage, and that's a turnover early by Brebeuf after they eventually got the draw control in their favor. So now the Trojans on offense for the first time tonight in the attacking third.
Yeah, and you got to get physical here, especially from outside here. This is a great opportunity, great spot to force a turnover, and you don't want to get that physical where you hit her in the head.
Yeah, that's might get you a yellow card on this one. As
it will.
That'll be a benefit here for Center Grove, as coming out of the lineup will be number 20, Amelia Fredland, who, by the way, has caused 7 turnovers this year, so they're losing their best defender by far.
Yeah, and Dagley there, you see the height. There is an advantage Center Grove has height-wise, and if you're a smaller defender, you're kind of jabbing up top, and it gets kind of wild, and we see there off the head. So Dagley doing a great job taking it off the head, and now Center Grove will have it with their first real scoring opportunity here of this first.
Yeah, there'll be one up right here. So good opportunity now for the Trojans to get out to an early lead over Brebeuf as they're outside the 12-meter.
Yeah, and Franklin is who you want the ball to be in her in her gloves, so to speak. She's got it with the stick, looking for a teammate, looking for an opportunity, and they're saying, look, we're going to triple team you. We'll make somebody else beat us.
That's right. Pass was a little bit high, and then the bounce right in front of the keeper, and she's able to keep it in the cage right there, and an early save already for Brebeuf, and that'll be McFadden.
Yeah, great job there by McFadden. Her first real test and her first start here of the season. She kind of waited for it, got it off the bounce, made contact, and here's Brebeuf off to the races into their zone.
That'll be Rose Williams, one of the attackers. Ball is loose near the sideline, and that's going to be a penalty against Brebeuf, a shove from behind.
Started with J.J. McIntyre right there for Center Grove, chasing it down, using the stick on defense, knocking that ball out, and the second turnover here for Brebeuf. Number 55 right there, J.J. McIntyre with the turnover, force the turnover now. Center Grove with numbers.
Pratt Kramer back in the lineup now for Brebeuf. As we're in the attacking third once again now for Center Grove. Good look there at Bussard, who will go behind the cage.
And this is why you go play, the D1 level, right? When you look right there, Franklin's going, get it to me. I'll create. If I've got something, I'll look for it. Turn shot there just wide by Dagley. So as you talked about in the pregame, we're looking at Franklin and Dagley to do most of the damage there in front of the goal, and we've seen it. They've gone back and forth here in the first two attempts.
Second shot now for the Trojans. Going to look for a lane somewhere down the middle if they can.
Yeah, patient set here, which is what you want to see. And you want to take advantage with this penalty.
There you go.
And they do right there.
Franklin.
Yep, Franklin. She had the step on the left-right, finds some spacing, fires that thing in there. Center Grove, the Trojans, on the board here first with 8:27 to go in the first.
So again, Franklin giving Center Grove the early lead here in our game of the week. We have a bunch of games coming up in the next couple of weeks through the end of April.
All I saw on that schedule was your name.
It's because I'm unemployed.
Yeah, well, there you go.
Draw control once again.
As long as the weather's like this, you'll take it.
I'll
You're
take
not
it.
going to complain.
You got that right.
You'll be all good.
Last time we saw the draw attempt, it was all over the place, and Center Grove.
Yeah, great job there. Kendall Arthur gets it, pushes it forward. Ball loose here and turned over. Brebeuf defense stepped up, but we're going to have a smack there by Boussard. It'll go right back over to Brebeuf.
First turnover for Center Grove. Tonight's game brought to you in part by Reynolds Farm Equipment, the leading equipment dealer serving farmers, homeowners, landscapers, and commercial contractors in Indiana. Nothing runs like a deer. Give them a call, 317-849-0810. By the way, we've gotten some tidbits of information on both of these teams, and I know you'll be able to share some of those as we go throughout the contest, but I did not know this about Thomas Jarrett, the head coach for Center Grove, and I think it's a great story as that ball squirts loose on the stick check. He was a punter for Michigan State several years ago.
So you don't like him?
Well, of course, yeah. I'll have to remind him of Michigan fan.
As a Michigan fan, okay.
But what was interesting about it, when he took the job, he really knew nothing about nothing about lacrosse.
Yep.
And then all of a sudden, once he got with the team, the story was that he made it a team, and then players taught him how to taught him how to do the game.
Yeah, and I think most people, when you watch lacrosse for the first time, I mean, I think it's a little bit more faster pace than what you would see on a soccer field. I mean, you have to be in shape, and we just saw that. That's an 80-yard dead sprint for everybody, and you have to quickly turn around and go back. So, I mean, these ladies are in top-tip shape. Great pass here right to the crease, but going a bit long was Kendall Arthur with it. She had a great opportunity, but just right up over the top of that crossbar, too strong.
Well, we talk about the keeper when you're thinking McFadden in there now for Brebeuf, and the pressure that's going to be on her tonight. Talk about that as a player. If you haven't been in this situation before, Tony, it can be kind of nerve-wracking.
Oh, yeah. I mean, especially your first time out, you're on the road, you're playing against the Center Grove team, and we saw you mentioned it, champions last year. It's like, all right, by the way, there's a D1 player that's going to come right at you right here.
Well, that one knocked down and picked up right in front of the cage.
Yeah, sometimes you just get your stick on it. You do there. You don't want to turn it over right back, and has some physicality going on. But, again, McFadden's got 2 saves early. One's gotten past her, but she's had 2 really good saves right in front of her.
There's another turnover by Brebeuf. That's their third. That was our first free position effort so far of the night. As Center Grove trying to make it a 2-0 lead, it went right back.
Yep, and McFadden's using that stick. She's used that stick twice there for some great saves. Now if you're Brebeuf, you've got to change field position here. You spent too much time with your back to your own goal, and we see it there. Nice little pickup, and let's see if Brebeuf can set up their offense. And again, as you mentioned, this is a team they're never out of it. Brebeuf's never out of it. A lot of great defensive plays, but then they turn it over right here. Let's see if Center Grove can make the most of it.
Yeah, that's going to be their 4th turnover, Tony. We talked about that in the pregame. Got to hold on to it. The ball squirts loose, and that'll be a turnover.
Yeah, this is what Coach Nick Etsy talks about. Is we're such a great defensive-minded team. We can turn it over. We're never out of any game because we know our defense can turn into offense. Let's see. You got defense here. You got to stop on this end. Can they push it down and get their first goal of the night to equalize us?
So Brebeuf, after the successful clear, after the turnover, will be in the attacking third the other way.
Yeah, Lise Wagner, one of the senior leaders on his team. Layla Bolin as well. Look for those ladies to step up here.
By the way, so far unofficially, only 1 shot on goal so far for Brebeuf here in this opening period of play as we come up on 4 minutes remaining in the opening quarter.
Yeah, patient set here for Brebeuf. See if you can't get yourself a shot going towards the net. We're going to have a little trip up here, but it's going to belong to Center Grove.
Yeah.
They're going to talk about it.
Yep. By the way, when you look at the schedule for this Brebeuf team, everybody they've played has been a ranked team no matter what. And that's either 4 and 4, but they play some good teams.
Yeah, and, we talk about this, basketball-wise as well, kind of setting yourself up to make a deep playoff run, to really learn who you are early on in the season. And that's what we see here out of Brebeuf. This is one of those teams where you throw, the records out as Layla Bolin, that senior leader I just mentioned, back into the game here. She'll check back in. But, yeah, I mean, look, you want to play the best competition, right? That's how you get better as a team.
Tony, she is sprinting as fast as you do.
And that's way faster than me. Jolie Pinnell. Let's see what she decides to do with it. She'll pull it back out, try to set something up offensively here. And nothing like going to Emily Franklin there, your safety blanket, your D1 commit.
Franklin outside the 12, now starting to make that move. And as you said earlier, she ended up drawing a triple team moments ago, and this time it would have been a triple team if she would have gotten by the first 2 because there was another defender waiting.
Yeah, that's what Brebeuf's saying. Look, our defense, we're gonna send 2 or 3 at you. We're gonna send bodies at you. Try to get through us if you can. And a nice deflection here, defensive-wise for Brebeuf. And they're off to the races with it.
That's a great job defensively on the second free position shot of the night for Center Grove. So they've had opportunities here early. So far just a 1-0 lead, and Brebeuf continues to change personnel on defense.
Yeah, that's great. Sylvia, check it in, the senior midfielder. Nice pass there. Good opportunity.
Oh, my.
And a huge save.
That was the second shot on goal by Brebeuf.
Ella Flores got the stick on it and saved it. Center Grove going the other way, turns it over.
That'll be their third. Official here on the near side stopping play, and it's going to go a yellow here against Center Grove, number 17.
2 minutes.
That's Jolie Pinnell.
Yeah. Frustration right there, right off of the turnover. Had an opportunity, running with it, trying to get a score. And sometimes in all sports you have some frustrating turnovers and some frustrating plays. We see it there. Leads to 2 minutes in the box.
Tonight's game brought to you in part by the Morales Group. They're in business to create a better future for you, your family, and for the community we share. They can match you with the right career or hire the right candidate for your company. Give them a call, 317-472-7600. Timeout on the field, 1-0 Center Grove.
Hello and welcome to Game Day. My name is Keith Myers. I'm the Vice President of IndianaSRN. We're glad that you joined us today. If you'd like to see more content just like tonight, just hit the donate button. Every dollar that you donate will go right back into more games right here on IndianaSRN. This means more games for you. It's IndianaSRN, where you always have a front row seat.
Looking to elevate your brand? Choose Dynamark, your local one-stop shop for all your print, signs, promo products, apparel, and mailing services. Serving Indianapolis for over 50 years. Dynamark, where strong relationships are built through exceptional service.
Back once again, you see the crowd here tonight enjoying the sunshine on the opposite side of the field here this evening. That's something we haven't seen in the last few days. It's always good to get some sunshine. So we're excited. By the way, we'll have men's college lacrosse on Saturday as Purdue and IU will be hooking up down in Bloomington. That's a 2 o'clock start time, so make sure you tune in on Saturday here on IndianaSRN, and always check out our schedule coming up. We have a busy schedule. As Tony said, I'm on all those games. Tony only gets a couple of them.
I think I'm done for a while, brother. Unfortunately.
What'd you do to make the bosses upset?
Huh? Yeah, I don't know. Can't do Tuesdays. But, yeah, this has been a good start to this game. Look, there's been pressure on both goalkeepers, and they've really been able to step up. Yeah, it's 1-0 on the scoreboard, but Brebeuf's had a couple good looks. And when you have two new goalkeepers, you're thinking, okay, this might be a high-scoring game, especially early with the jitters going on as your first start. But both goaltenders doing a really good job, as we mentioned, just – checking back in for Brebeuf, the midfielder, Layla Boland. Two-sport athlete, also plays volleyball. 3-year starter. She will be the one taking the draws, and she is a strong defender. And we talked about with Brebeuf and kind of their game plan, their strategy is, turning defense into offense. And head coach Nick Etsy talks about, hey, we're a team that likes to play defense, and we can turn our defense into offense, and we are never out of a game. So 1-0 early here. We'll see if Brebeuf can get us equal by finding the back of the net and tie it up in 1.
All right, we're ready to go after our first timeout. Again, just 2:03 remaining in this opening period. Good look here at Sicuso just in front of our press box area. We'll put it into play, and here come the Braves on the attack.
Let's see if they can find one here. Work the backside of the crease. Try to get something within 8, as you talked about, and get a good look. Maybe find a skipper off the turf.
Well, we had talked about earlier why Ella Flores is in goal. She played so well in her last contest. That shot's a little bit wide to the left.
Yeah, exactly what you wanted to see there, though. You get it to the front of the goal, charge forward. Might have been some contact there that make that shot go wide to goalkeeper's right. So Flores holding tough here as we are about 1:25 to go in this first, and then a turnover. And off to the races comes Center Grove. This is a team that likes to be fast. They like to get going, and when you got somebody like Ella Franklin, as you see right here on the right side, it's an opportunity to score some goals on the run.
Well, I tell you what, Lila Weir quickly down into the attacking third there for Center Grove, and that really puts a lot of pressure on that defense.
Yeah, it sure does, especially with Franklin. And I think, as we talked about here, there's a minute to go. If you're Center Grove, you want to hold this maybe as long as you can. Maybe look for the last shot. Maybe throw something with about 10, 12 seconds.
Apparently she didn't get the memo.
She did not, but McFadden there with a great save, looking for it, picks it up. And now let's see if Brebeuf maybe holds.
That'll be the third shot on goal already for the Trojans.
Yeah, you got to be a little bit more efficient in the pass out there. So now with 30 seconds to go, we'll see how Center Grove tries to play this out. Would be huge to grab a goal.
Yeah, this penalty is going to go against Brebeuf.
Yeah, that's what Brebeuf's third or fourth penalty here of the first. Yeah. So I think a key moving forward on this one is going to be, hey, let's quit with the penalties. Let's stop giving them 2 minutes. Good look right here. Bounces off the stick of McFadden. So great defense there by the goalie. 22 seconds to go in this first.
By the way, Anna Hughes was the player who got flagged for that last penalty. She is out as we have another stoppage of play. Only working with the two officials here tonight.
Yeah, and so far doing a great job. Making the right calls, coming together. If one sees something, you like to see that. Make sure you get it right. So kudos to both the refs out here. Kind of a little, understaffed maybe would be the term, but doing a great job here early in this one.
Ball's going to go out of play, and they're going to see a turnover there for the Trojans. That's going to be their fourth.
Yeah, that's a tough turnover right there. You've got 20 seconds on the clock. You got an opportunity to maybe put one up on the board before the end of the quarter. Now Brebeuf's got about 10 seconds to go the length. I think you're maybe just content here.
Got a couple of checks near the out-of-bounds marker, but that's not going to do it there for Brebeuf. We're at the end of one. Center Grove on top of this one, 1-0.
And that's the end of the first quarter. Center Grove Trojans 1, Brebeuf Braves 0. We'd like to.
We're not here to just sell you another piece of software. We're here to helping you procure the licensing, manage and monitor those licenses over time.
Collaboration is very key when working with our clients. We are very much a partnering organization. We definitely work as a team to deliver solutions for our customers.
We're here to build relationships with customers, which is unique.
Hi, I'm Grayson, and our parents work in road construction. Every day they head out to make our roads safer and better for you. But did you know work zone deaths have increased 63% since 2010?
Wow, that's a lot. Please slow down and pay attention when you see all those orange signs. When you do, you're helping to keep our parents and everyone who works on the roads safe. Thanks for looking out for us.
This message is brought to you by your friends at Highway Safety Services. Stay safe, stay alert.
Aspen Creek Grill, we are a from-scratch concept with comfort fresh food. You can expect a world-class experience. We've got incredible specials, great service. Everything that we do here is made from scratch. We hand-cut all our steaks in-house. Bring your family, come have some great food.
They say nice guys don't finish first. So maybe it's time to reconsider what it means to be first.
It's about being your best, but knowing you can be even better.
It's being present, but respectful of history.
It's donating something more valuable than money.
It's believing in yourself and something bigger.
It's coming from different families, but treating each other like brothers.
It's not just being a man, it's being a Mason.
Big play here for Mount Vernon. Ertl looking right, now over the middle, fires, and it's in there for a touchdown. What a throw. Boy, what a stick, huh? Side out, back to the middle, and guess what? You want a point on the other side, you go to Taylor Lewis.
Here's Freeman. Has an opening shot. Score!
Stafford around a screen. Skip pass. Mays with three. Mays drive. Floater up and in at the horn.
Hand off, and nice hole over the near side. 40, 35, 30. Block to the outside. 20, 15, 10, 5, and touchdown. And that's a big one right there. And finally, somebody gets on the board. Boylan along with Franklin for the draw control.
Franklin with that first quarter goal, the only goal here so far this early evening. She had her 200th goal last time out, so adding to that career total. You see why, Troy, she's a D1 commit, a little physical right there.
Yeah, and then we just found out, too, that was it Lila Weir got her 109th career draw control.
Sure did. Great goal here. Great pass, and then Pinnell puts it in off the skip. And that was just a quick timing pass, which led to the over-the-shoulder off of the turf into the back of the net. So Center Grove striking here first in the second to go up 2-0.
That is their already 7th shot, their 4th on goal. You take another look at it right there. Now, that was what we talked about earlier, Tony. That's when you talk about getting that thing inside the 8-meter.
Yeah, Kendall Arthur had a great opportunity, found the teammate, great pass, led her towards the goal, turn, quick shot, skips it in, 2-0 Trojans.
Well, the Trojans off to a fast start here in this second quarter.
I think the ref should just throw it up.
Go a little jump ball
just
action.
Throw it up. And then, I mean, it's going to end up in the air anyway.
That's true. We have seen, though, the draw control being very difficult to get.
Wow, it's going to stay with Center Grove. I thought that might have been on Franklin, but here we go. Center Grove thinking a third goal here, second within a minute to start this quarter.
You know, this is a Brebeuf team, as we mentioned, with all the ranked teams that they have played this year. Now you're playing the defending state champions in 1A. It's been an interesting beginning.
Franklin is getting beat up. It says, excuse me, I'm going to go right through your double team. She was taking a few licks there, finds the teammate, and now rolling out with it is Pinnell. I got that last goal.
I have a feeling Franklin's going to get more, but that one right in front for Falks.
Yeah, Peyton Falks, he kind of stood there, got it to the net, turn around, and finds the back of the net. Two quick ones here in about a minute 22 to start the second. And the Trojans putting their force, their stamp on this game. Nice extra pass right here, find the open teammate.
Ooh.
Yes, ma'am.
That defender was a little bit too late there.
Yep, J.J. McIntyre with the assist right there. Great look. And those ones can be tricky, you know, when the ball's in the air, they skip off the net, you're going from looking 7 feet up to, 2 inches off the turf. Those can be difficult.
So now a 3-0 lead. Today's game brought to you in part by Boilermaker Local 374. They represent highly skilled and motivated workers in field construction and metal fabrication in the state of Indiana. When you need a safe, dependable workforce, you can count on Boilermaker Local 374. The draw control has not been automatic here. In fact, most of the time we've seen that thing go outside the circle before someone finally gets possession.
Yep, Brebeuf with it. So really their first possession here of the second quarter as we're a minute and a half into it.
Whistle stopping play for just a moment, just a delay. It's now Brebeuf. Chance to get on the board here in the second. They trail it 3-0.
Yeah, and we talked about, their defense can turn themselves into offense, but here they are right here with an opportunity.
Boylan back in, a high pass outside the 12-meter, and a whistle. Two officials looking at one another. Looks like we're going to stay right here with Brebeuf.
2 minutes gone by here in the second. I liked what Center Grove has done coming out of the end of that first quarter, taking some momentum, scoring 2 big goals quickly. And it was kind of like in that first, they were lulling to sleep a little bit, right? They were patient sets. McFadden was gaining some confidence, in front of that goal. Had 4 saves in the first, only gave up 1 goal, but then here back-to-back straight into it.
There's a check at the top. Again, physical play there by 44, Lila Weir.
I like it, though. You know what? Let them know if you're going to come down in here in this area, get with an 8. We're gonna knock you around a little bit.
Of course, the way the penalty sets up, Weir will have to play behind the player that picked up the foul, so a little advantage here, but Weir can quickly get back into position.
See if Brebeuf can control it here. Maybe get behind the crease and find something.
It's very rare this year that Brebeuf has not been able to put some goals on the board in the first half of their matches.
Yeah, they play a lot of 11-9, 12-8, 13-10 type games. Or a little bit, have to get the scoring going a little bit here to maybe get there, but let's see if they can finally find something.
We're only about a little over a month away from the start of tournament play, so these teams are going to play a lot of games here in the next 4 weeks or so.
Great pass in the overthrow, but none the wiser as the Braves pick it right back up off the turf.
We'll talk about this defense for Center Grove and what you see. I mean, bottom line is they have just not given up many shots so far.
Yeah, the length. I think the length has been the difference here defensively for Center Grove, and they, Flores has had 2 saves, but it's really not gotten to Flores yet. It's been the defense in front has been able to kind of turn Brebeuf the other way.
So we have our first free position opportunity here for Brebeuf. Though it'll come off the hash mark on the left side. This is not a very good angle to have. You'd love to have it straight away. The high pass, and they almost turned it over right there.
Yeah, just a little bit, not enough crispness, if I can make that a word on that pass. Kind of fell short of the destination and almost turned over, but this is a great opportunity here for Brebeuf to find the back of the net for the first time. You just got to be aggressive with it, get to your spot, make that extra pass.
There it is.
And get to your spot. And put it in. So a nice goal there. Looked like that was the senior leader, Boylan.
Yep. Boylan gets on the board.
Great extra pass. Got in front of the net. Found the back of it for the first time here tonight.
Layla Boylan with that goal.
I'm going to take another look at it right here.
Yeah.
Good move to the inside there by Boylan.
Yeah, Boylan knew exactly where she was. Had it above her shoulders. Fired it low. Got the skip off the back of the net. Nicely done. Well executed there by the Brebeuf Braves.
So now it makes it 3-1. It was just a 1-0 lead after one. Each team struggling to get goals on the board, but now we have 3 here in the second.
It is starting to pick up.
Brebeuf trying to go to 5-4 on the season. Another draw control opportunity here, and it will be Trojans.
Yeah, I mean, you see right there, Franklin, the D1 commit. I mean, she knows where that ball is. She knows where to go get it, scoop it up, and go.
Pass went to the inside, but it was tipped and a turnover.
Yeah, I think if Brebeuf's going to want to, get back in this one. Not that they're out of it by any stretch of the imagination. Only down 2 here and on the run, but you got to start winning some of those draws.
So as we head quickly back the other way after the successful clear. So now Brebeuf trying to get back into this one, trailing at 3-1.
Yeah, back and forth here in the second, Troy, as we reach the close to the halfway mark of the second quarter. And we'll see if Brebeuf can go 2 in a row here and get back within 1.
Good stick check, forcing the turnover.
Yeah.
7 now for Brebeuf. And guess who's on the run again?
Franklin.
Man.
And set up there defensively. Shout out to Masoni. She's the one who got the stick in there, got it pushed away, forced that turnover.
Kekis, Avery Kekis, by the way, just a freshman. Number 47 for
Great
Center
pass.
Grove.
Oh, the post. And that one goes in. Yep,
Wow.
just the reaction. And a great job there off the post. I believe that was Arthur who put it in. Yeah, Arthur got it off the post. And by the time McFadden could retreat, it was already behind her. And that is her 101st career goal. So great job there by Arthur. You see it here. Off the post, scooped and scored. Didn't need any help off of that one. So the initial one off the post there by Arthur. Arthur was looking for another one. But then she gets it right back, puts it right in.
Well, it's tough for Nev McFadden, though. You have that come off the post the way it did and unable to get back on it quick enough.
Yeah, by the time you look to see where it is to try to reset yourself, it's already back behind you.
And that, and that's tough for the Braves too. From a standpoint, you come down, you got a goal, you're down 3-1, and then you give up a quick one too.
Yeah, and it was off of a turnover, right? So when it's off of a turnover, that stings a little bit more. So halfway through the second here, 4-1 your score, but 3-1 the advantage in the second period.
Grace Sylvia checking in now for the Braves. Falks coming in now for Center Grove.
Patient set here by Brebeuf. I like to see this. Make crisp passes. Lead your teammate where they need to be. Get down into the zone. Try to get in front of that net. Work out of the crease. See what happens here.
Being very patient on offense and a turnover.
Yeah.
Kekis with the turnover.
Yeah, right place, right time. Just stepped in front of it. Takes a nice shovel pass forward to Franklin, and now she's off to the races, and you know that she's thinking bullseye here.
Franklin got a little check right there. By the way, unofficially 8 turnovers now for Brebeuf.
Yeah, turnovers will kill you in any sport, especially here. Especially with a team like Center Grove. They will make you pay for those turnovers.
Franklin able to take that step in front of the defender, but still everybody able to rebound quickly. We've got another penalty that will go against Brebeuf.
Yeah.
Tonight's game brought to you in part by Piper Logistics. For more than 2 decades, the seasoned professionals at Piper have been the trusted allies for all your inventory management, warehouse fulfillment, and transportation needs. As there is a stop.
Yeah, Franklin across the middle hits Arthur, and Arthur throws it right off of the goalkeeper, McFadden, and you take him how you can get him there. Now a jump ball caught in the air, another turnover. Lila Weir has it. You see her, she's tall, so you see her length there. And now let's see if she can maintain it, or will Buff take it back. Ball loose, scooped up by Center Grove.
You know, what was impressive about that is that one just in front of McFadden was you don't have long stick defenders on the girls' side, so to be able to reach them and get that one was impressive.
Yeah. And I think if you're McFadden, you want to do what you just did right there. As soon as you get that thing in your stick, you want to make a nice, crisp, easy pass to a teammate and not try to throw something 40 yards up the field.
More changes we'll see. Bessard come back in for Center Grove. Also checking in number 10 will be Grace Sylvia again for Brebeuf, as we've made it down to just about 3.5 to go.
You need a goal here, right? You want to try to at least cut this deficit in half, get it to 4-2 by halftime. 4-3 obviously would be huge, but you want to find something here because you want to take that momentum going into the locker room coming up at halftime. You don't want Center Grove to get out and run with it again and go up 5-1. Great pass here and a great save right into the glove. And Flores had it, gets it out. But now it's anybody's ball here. Brebeuf takes it.
Sixth turnover by Center Grove. Don't forget Dynamark. If you're looking to elevate your brand, choose Dynamark, your local one-stop shop for all your print, signs, promo products, apparel, and mailing services. They've been serving Indianapolis for over 50 years. Give them a call, 317-328-2555.
Yeah, turnover there. Give it to Franklin. Franklin was just making Brebeuf uncomfortable, gets the ball loose, and Center Grove has it with 2:30 to go, trying to find the back of the net here one more time before halftime.
Pinnell ends up drawing the penalty on Brebeuf, and so they'll
get that squirrel off the field.
Yeah,
Troy.
Get the squirrel out of there. Is that a person advantage?
Yeah, is that a? What do they say in Caddyshack? That gopher just stole my ball.
Nice move to the inside, and then how about the triple team there as Falks ran into a wall of Brave defenders. They still control it. Here's Franklin once again, just a step inside the 12-meter, makes her move, and then we got a whistle. And it looks like we may end up with a free position opportunity here for Franklin and Center Grove.
Yeah, when you have a D1 commit and a player that can take over, you're going to start throwing that stick around. And the ref's doing a great job here tonight of calling it. And this shut your eyes and hope that it bounces off of a post or a body part here.
Went high with it, and it's going to be in there for the score, and Franklin gets her second of the night.
Yeah, Franklin coming right at you. And there's really nothing you can do when she's that close. That is as near to automatic as you can ask for. 3 steps, almost, just, you see right here, great job with the replay, good job, Chuck, with the film there. She thought, I think McFadden thought she was going to have that in the net, and then when it wasn't in there and Center Grove was celebrating, she knew it wasn't, but great goal there and just unfortunate opportunity defensively for Brebeuf. You got 1:26 to go.
Well, after Boylan, and by the way, that's going to go against Brebeuf.
Yeah, so that'll go right back to Center Grove with an opportunity to once again, for the second time, score back-to-back goals.
That is Franklin, who again will draw a crowd. Nice pass to the inside, a little bit high. Shot is in, and that'll be Sylvia. Or is it Boussard?
Yeah, Boussard. Boussard is there with the stick in the air. Franklin finds her, and Boussard puts it right in. So just like that, it's 6-1. You know, Franklin, we talk about going D1. She does it defensively with the turnovers. She can score, as we just saw, and she can get those assists, as we just saw. I think the last minute, not that she needs film, because we know she's going D1 already, she's committed. But what we saw in the last minute really defines who she is as a player, defensively, offensively, and always willing to find that extra teammate for a much better look. They put it in the back of the net, so 2 scores there in about a 38-second span.
You know, Tony, what I think was impressive about that by Boussard is the pass was high. She kept it high,
Yeah.
too. The defenders brought their sticks down.
Yeah, the old, for the basketball fans out there, the old Zach Edey adjective, right? When you get the ball inside by the rim, you want to keep that thing as high as possible. And Franklin has it once again. And I'm going to have a push in the back here. So you got a minute. You got a minute.
1 minute.
You know, you're kind of smelling blood in the water here.
Yeah.
You know, McFadden's a little bit, what's the term? I would say flushed.
Yeah.
There.
Well, especially after a good start,
is what I'm
too.
looking
You
for.
know.
Yeah, after a good start, only giving up 1. Giving up 5 here in the second.
By the way, the numbers really in favor of Center Grove as well in just about every category tonight. And that's going to go against the Trojans.
Yeah, out of bounds, so it went back over to Brebeuf. And you got 25 seconds. I think I'm giving it to my best player. Run as fast as you can and fire that thing as hard as you can. And here we go.
I have a feeling Center Grove has some other ideas.
Yep, but Sylvia is somebody that can do it.
That is
4
Sylvia.
seconds, 3 seconds. Deflected.
Yep.
Great job there. Great job by Flores. Says, nope, shutting the door on you. And we are 6-1 at recess.
How about Center Grove after giving up that goal? Boylan had gotten the goal right after Falks scored, but then you come back, Arthur Franklin and Boussard all picking up goals. Tonight's game brought to you in part by Highway Safety Services. You do what you do, we'll keep you safe doing it. Give them a call, 765-446-1502. It is halftime. We'll be back with the second half in moments right here on IndianaSRN.
Brian Chrisman joins me today. And Brian, talk a little bit about the winter and Wheeler Mission and how important it is for people to help Wheeler Mission, because winter means homeless and homeless means people in the cold. Talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, I mean, we really serve a lot of people year round, no matter what the weather is, right? And so we serve anywhere from 700 to 900 people who are experiencing homelessness every single night. But when winter hits, that can become life or death. So if you're stuck out in the cold, happens every year. IMPD will find people out in the cold and encourage them to come in. But if they don't catch them in time, I mean, again, life and death. And so it's vital that our doors are open. And so we do that. Our staff shows up every day to make sure our doors are open. We serve 1,000 meals a day plus every single day. That's a nice, warm, nutritious meal. Donors provide that. Donors provide our food, coffee, something hot to drink. You know, donors provide that. So there's a lot of opportunities to get involved at Wheeler to make sure we can get through winter, or to work at Wheeler. We need staff, and so we're always looking for staff to get us through the winter time. We spread ourselves thin during winter, making sure that anybody can find space, and so we have bed capacities. For sure, but we go beyond that every winter to make sure that the city has an option for people who are experiencing homelessness in the dead of winter.
Schools out there that are watching this program with our reach, maybe they want to do a sock drive, or they want to do a sweatshirt drive. They can contact our office at IndianaSRN, or they can contact you. Where's a contact, or who would be a contact that maybe we want to do a sock drive? I think that would be a great idea for SRN to start one of those sock drives. How would that? What does that look like?
Yeah, so if you go to wheelermission.org, we have our needs lists that are right there on our website. Those change sometimes in the winter, but there are some needs that are pretty much continual when it comes to hygiene items, when it comes to warm items to get us through the winter. So when you're talking about coats, especially bigger sizes for people that come through, we want to make sure a lot of people that come to our mission, they come with the clothes on their back, right? And so we need to make sure they have something to wear during their stay with us, and which could be for a few weeks, could be for a couple months. And so go to our website, wheelermission.org. You can donate directly there, whether it's a financial donation or you can look at our needs list. You can even find drop-off locations. You can drop it off at some of the barns that we have around the city. or come right down to Wheeler Mission, drop it off right there. But we need this community's support. So greatest thing about Indianapolis is it is a generous community.
Yes.
It is a community that steps up when there's a need. And there's 1,700 homeless individuals in our community. That number has risen 5% just over the last year. Wheeler Mission is the main place for those individuals to go, has been since 1893, over 130 years. And so support that ministry so that those doors can be open, making sure that every man, woman, and child that needs to come inside can come inside and not only get warm, but get nutritious meals, food, shelter, and care. And so beyond that, we take them through a whole journey of program to make sure that they come out our back door different people. But the first things first, right? Get them fed and get them warm and get them safe.
Since it's basketball season and we cover over 300 games a year on IndianaSRN, we challenge our basketball teams and our basketball programs to get involved. There are meals that need to be served. Tell our teams out there how they can help and serve meals.
Yeah, no better way to really open your eyes to the community's needs than to stand in front of people who are desperately in need and hand them a meal, hand them what they're asking for that day. So great group opportunity is to volunteer at Wheeler Mission. You can go to wheelervolunteer.org. You can sign up a group. It can take an hour and a half to come down and serve a lunch. You can get 12, 15 people involved in that, a dinner. Come down either at our men's shelter or our women's shelter. It's a really cool experience for teams, not only to help in a way that you're making a difference, but to see the people that you're helping, right? To hand a meal to someone and smile and say hi to someone literally in their darkest moment, right? So
best assist they can ever make.
Oh yeah,
is to serve a meal.
That's a good point. It's a slam dunk.
It's a slam dunk, yeah. Exactly. For IndianaSRN, this is Keith Myers.
We are back here at Center Grove, a 6-1 lead. And, Tony, we're ready for the second half. Let's talk a little bit about, first off, Brebeuf. Offensively, they got to get something rolling quickly.
Yeah, it starts right here, right? It starts on your draws. There's been too many opportunities for a short field for Center Grove, and I know it's hard to do. She's been great, but Emily Franklin has really taken over this game. She's defensively turned over Brebeuf. She's scored some goals. She's found an open teammate for an assist. Yeah, I think if you're Brebeuf, you just have to be more aggressive. You have to get more shot opportunities in front of that goal. And as I mentioned, it starts right here. Emmy Franklin's done a great job here throughout this entire game so far of winning at the midfield line and setting up your offense for the Trojans.
Great pass to the inside, and that would have been an excellent opportunity for Arthur. We will have a free position opportunity again here for Arthur.
Yeah, Kendall Arthur. Let's see what she does here. Just skip this bad boy right off the turf.
Boy, and you love this straightaway. Long shot, nice save.
Yeah, nice turn of the stick there by McFadden. Bounces it off, and a great save from dead on there for McFadden and Brebeuf.
And officially so far tonight, that's the 11th shot on goal for Center Grove, and another turnover by Brebeuf.
Franklin all over that one, scoops it up, and now will set up the offense again. And you just see the height differential that she has on everybody that Brebeuf throws past her. Gets to the middle here. Looks for Arthur, and I think Arthur got smacked in the back of the head there.
Yeah, that's going to go against Brebeuf, so there'll be one down here. Is coming out of the lineup. That's going to be Katie Snook.
Oof. Yeah, you'll feel that one tomorrow.
And another free position opportunity.
Yeah, McFadden's getting tested here in this first 59 seconds of the third quarter.
It's a tough place to be if you're really a player that hasn't had a whole lot of experience.
Yeah.
Wide shot.
Great
just to the
job.
left.
Great job coming in there defensively to help out. Grace Sylvia got her stick on the offensive player's stick, forced that to go long, but Center Grove maintains possession.
And they will do first one to the end line, and so the Trojans will keep possession here, though a little bit sloppy out front. Still able to control it near the sideline. Good look there at number 9, Dagley.
Yeah, we haven't talked much about Dagley today. Opportunity here.
Tell you what, Reese Burns was wide open in front of the cage, and they didn't get her that time.
Here's the cut. Franklin
Oh, just wide to the
Just
left.
wide, yeah. Man.
That is now 16 shots.
Great replay here. Coming in, Sylvia with the help defensively forces that to go wide of the net and keeps Center Grove off the scoreboard.
Burns working it behind the cage, now to the opposite side. They're trying to get another one here in the third.
Yeah,
nice
pickup.
spin. How about this one?
Arthur has it. Ball knocked loose. Great defense there for Brebeuf. And you want to get Center Grove, kind of backtracking. It seems like Rebuff's been backtracking a little bit too much, kind of on their heels. If you could turn those tides, start playing defense as we just saw there, but you got to score, and you got to score quickly here. We're early in the third, but 6-1 seems like a pretty hefty deficit. Getting a quick one here would be huge.
Turnovers, now 13.
Arthur.
Oh, my.
Slim Pickens scoops it up and puts it in. Great job there by Kendall. Arthur staying with it, keeping her eye on the ball. Picks it up off the hop. Goes over the top shoulder, top shelf with it. 7-1. It's 5 unanswered goals. It's 4 unanswered goals.
And, Tony, what was the key was the 13th turnover there by Brebeuf.
Yeah, and how often have we talked about it, Troy? We see it where turnovers lead to scoring opportunities. And Center Grove's too good. Center Grove is too good to turn it over that close to the net and really put McFadden, who's done a relatively okay job, I would say, here in her first start. But when you've got, Arthur coming at you and you've got Franklin coming at you, you got, Bassard coming at you. It's tough. It is tough.
So that draw control will be eventually picked up by Brebeuf. That is their 4th of the night. So they got to get some shots and shots on goal. This defense has been very good tonight for the Trojans. And there's another one.
Sakuso comes in, but then a quick turnover.
That's already 4 turnovers in the second half by Brebeuf.
Great forward pass, just a little bit too strong. And Brebeuf has it off the turnover.
9 now for Center Grove. Changing the line there for the Braves.
Great pass to the middle. Another great pass there, so big-time attack.
Boy, that pass just a little bit behind, almost another turnover. I'm sure Brebeuf has felt they've played better this year. As we mentioned, their schedule has been very difficult, but their offense just can't get rolling tonight.
Yeah, no, and it seems like anytime they get down in this area, Center Grove comes up with an answer, and we saw it right there. Ball popped out, and guess who?
Flores picks up a turnover.
Flores gets in there. Franklin gets a stick in there for the turnover, and now it looks like we're going to have a run for it. A little trip.
Oh, look out.
Big-time collision.
Yeah, that's tough to be on the bottom of that with Franklin coming over the top, and we're going to get a timeout here for an injured player for the Braves.
3 players going for the ball there.
We'll take a timeout. It's 7-1 Center Grove.
Can't make it to the game? We've got your back. Just go to www.IndianaSRN.org and tune in to all of the live action, or go to our on-demand service and relive your favorite moments.
Bertner Electric Incorporated provides professional commercial electrical contractor services to Indianapolis and surrounding communities. Locally owned and operated for over 30 years, our knowledge and experience make us the perfect choice for all your commercial electrical contractor needs. Contact us today.
We encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, IndianaSRN. Hit the bell to get notifications for upcoming games and more. Watch as many games as you want, as many times as...
All got tangled up.
Calling officials cheaters or corrupt.
Insulting referees.
Threatening officials.
Berating young umpires, learning the ropes.
Violent language in the stands.
Screaming at a referee in the parking lot. It's not a game.
You want a piece of equipment you can trust, one that's easy to use. No matter the size of the job, you want to create a feeling worthwhile, something you can use for every job. For over 60 years, Reynolds has been a community staple, ensuring our customers powerful implements and top quality care and service. You need something that's in it for the long haul. Visit Reynolds Farm Equipment, your hometown John Deere dealer, today at reynoldsfarmequipment.com.
Tonight's game brought to you in part by Officially Human. Their mission is to restore respect to game officials and recognize them as authorities on the field and the court. Do your part, practice good sportsmanship. If we don't have officials, we don't play. 7-1 your score. Here in the third after the injury timeout, and then Brebeuf called an official timeout. So far, the draw controls in favor of Center Grove 6-4. Turnovers, though, have hurt this Brebeuf team. 15 so far here tonight. It'll be Schaefer.
Great pass. And this is where it starts, right? You want to have those great passes, and you got to know where you're going with it. Running into a double team right there is going to set yourself up. You kind of get the fortunate contact and an opportunity here to cut into this lead.
Bella Masoni, the guilty party. So free position opportunity now for Brebeuf. They'll go low, and the score. That one bouncing in.
Take them how you can get them right there.
That'll be number 16, Elise Wagner.
We talked about it. You're never out. This Brebeuf team is never out of it. Now can you string along a few stops? Keep that ball in your possession. It's a nice job going for it right there. Got to the middle, got between the defenders off the run, a little bit quicker than everybody else, and you put it in.
By the way, only the fifth shot on goal tonight so far for Brebeuf. They've been down in that category. Right now they're at 13-5. Now they trail it 7-2. Draw control opportunity once again. Let's see if it'll be number 7 now for Center Grove, and that's going to go against Brebeuf.
Yep, Franklin picks it up.
That is Franklin.
Great up pass right there to Arthur.
Back to Franklin once again, just a step or two inside the 12-meter. Draws the double team, the high pass, and it is still going to stay with the Trojans.
Yeah, sometimes the ball just bounces your way, right, Troy? And
yeah.
It's done that a few times here in this one for Center Grove.
That is Pinnell. Haven't had too many opportunities so far in the third to drive the goal as much as they would like. That Brebeuf defense has picked up its intensity a little bit. Pass to the inside, knocked away, and turned over.
Yeah, great look there by J.J. McIntyre, but great stick defense there by Brebeuf to force a turnover.
So now the Braves.
Coming through. Determined here.
Now in the attacking third here for the Braves.
They might have had a stick to the head there.
Yeah, we got
there's some contact up top.
Yeah, that the official brought out the yellow flag immediately. So it looks like we have a free position opportunity now for the Braves.
That's how they scored on the last one. So be huge.
And they get another one.
Nice drop shot there.
Looked like number 25 that time was Savannah Schaefer, her 11th. And all of a sudden now it's 7-3.
Yeah, back-to-back goals there, coming right there off the dead standstill. And when you get those opportunities, you have to take advantage of them. And Brebeuf's been able to do it.
So Savannah Schaefer, the senior midi.
Yep. Can you control it right here? Can you control it right here and get this ball right back? It's going to be tough to do with Franklin. One of the best players we'll see all year.
For that long reach.
Yep. She said, excuse me, I'll take that.
Number 8 now for the Trojans.
Great clear here forward.
Arthur got it inside the 12, had it knocked out of her stick, and it'll go over to Brebeuf. That's now 12.
Take it.
Turnovers for Center Grove.
Defense on the ropes here a little bit. Keep charging forward.
Well, everything happening after that timeout, Tony.
Sometimes it's the ultimate equalizer, right?
No kidding.
Don't turn it over here. Pick that up. Pick it up. Good job. It's too spread out right here. Let's move it in if we're Brebeuf. Let's get in closer.
Yeah.
Let's try some movement. In front of the pipes.
Yeah, they got to create some space, and so far they haven't been able to do that.
Yeah.
There's going to be a penalty.
Yeah, that'll be called every time.
Yep.
Says go on, it hurts. I know it stings. It's getting colder by the minute here. But we're not out of this one yet. This last about 3.5, 4 minutes been controlled by Brebeuf.
Well, this would be huge. Make it a 7-4 lead.
Yep, and here we go. Get behind. Just picked out of the air. And a turnover there.
Holy cow.
And ran over.
Nothing that time, but still going to count as a turnover.
Is chippy the word, Troy?
Yes.
Great job by Kekis. She's the one who got the ball loose initially.
Yeah, Kekis, just a freshman, though, playing well here tonight. By the way, that is unofficially 16 turnovers now by Brebeuf.
Yeah, got to eliminate those. Especially when you only have 3 goals to show for it.
Liv Daniels unable to come up with that one, so that'll be the 13th turnover. Now for Center Grove. We'll check that time outside the 12.
A little physical contact right there.
Tonight's game brought to you in part by Family Source Insurance. Pat Cherry is your independent agent representing Ohio Mutual Insurance. Calling for coverage at 317-894-7000. Defender always on that penalty had to start behind the offensive player. Under 3 minutes remaining. Good stick check. Excellent job that time by Weir.
Yeah, Weir off to the races. They're thinking score here.
Weir pass a little bit high. And reaching up to grab that one was Pennell. Changes on the line here for Brebeuf. Well, they don't want to give back anything here. They've scored 2 straight.
Franklin will control it here. Triple teams coming. And she's just kind of nonchalantly working her way through it as she does, and it's taken away. So great D there by Brebeuf. Franklin comes right back.
That's going to stay with the Braves. That is now officially 14 turnovers now by Center Grove.
Yep. Daniels with it.
Another penalty here against the Trojans. That went against number 27, which is Bella Missoni. And it looks like we'll have a free position opportunity here for Brebeuf. Call again against, this time looked like 47, which was Avery Kekis. High shot and the save.
Great save there by Flores, using the stick.
6th shot on goal tonight for Brebeuf. Kekis wasting no time getting it up the right sideline. Lost it, and then able to regain possession under a minute to go. Check there against Brebeuf, so Kekis will put it back into play. If you get a step here, that penalty went against Rose Williams. She's going to draw that double team very quickly. So much for getting a step on the defender. Huh?
Yep.
Kekis behind the cage, takes a hard hit.
Waiting for it. Franklin says, all right, I'll do it.
Yep.
I'll scoop it up for you.
Franklin's going to see maroon later.
She's
in her dreams.
She's getting her steps in this one. There's no doubt about it.
I think the Brebeuf game plan was to make sure she didn't get any good looks. Long shot and good from 12 out. There is Kekis.
Yeah. Franklin sets it up, finds Kekis right in the middle there and into the back of the net.
Well, that's big right there for Center Grove.
Yeah, that kills the momentum. Kills a lot of the momentum that they had.
I mean, that is what we call a deep shot.
Yeah.
Of course, Tony played basketball back in high school. That's all he knew was the deep shot.
As long as it's behind that three-point line, it's going up.
So now, big goal there for Kekis, 8-3, so the lead back to 5. Has the 14th shot on goal unofficially tonight for the Trojans. Get into that fourth period, Tony, and generally what you're going to see then, with that kind of a lead, you're going to do a lot of ball control. Try to waste as much time as you can.
Yeah, 20 seconds to go here. That's a good momentum stopper to finish off the quarter, right? You don't want to give anything crazy up here over the final 20 seconds, which, when Franklin has the ball in possession, you could throw that strategy out the way. Great forward pass here.
Low shot and the score again. This time it'll be Jolie Pinnell.
And once again, Franklin sets it up, right? Franklin says, look, I'll take it from here. See what we can do.
Pinnell picks up her second.
Assist, Emily Franklin.
Franklin gets the assist on that one. Take another look at that one.
Yeah, Franklin finds her. She knows that the clock is not on her side with, just about 8 seconds to go, so you got to go quick. But it was a great shot with 8 seconds left on the clock, as it gives you an opportunity, if you don't make it, to possibly get a second chance opportunity there. Didn't need it as she puts it in on the first attempt.
Now, how tough is that if you're Brebeuf? You had a chance, at least an opportunity, and now you're back down the 2 goals you just scored.
Yeah, it's the momentum killer, right? We talked about stringing some stops together and being able to operate offensively with an opportunity to kind of open up everything and get some scores, and they did that. But quickly, as Center Grove has done most of the evening, answers right back.
So now with, again, just 8 seconds remaining, it's back to 5. Draw control. Chance again outside the circle, and it's going to go to Brebeuf.
Brebeuf with the draw.
I gotta get it off here, and I don't.
So that's going to do it for the third. We head to the fourth. Center Grove on top of this one, 8-3. You're not going to have any eat to late.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the IndianaSRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
The score was 8-3 going into the break. It's actually 9-3 with a 6-goal lead. Tonight's game brought to you in part by Aspen Creek Grill. If you're looking for amazing fresh food and servers that genuinely care about their service, make sure you check out Aspen Creek Grill, 866-885-3249. Every time it seems, we see this a lot in sports these days, that team will score goal or two, they'll come back and get one, and then they'll give up another one, and then you all of a sudden think maybe you're back in it, you give up a couple more goals, and now you got to fight a little harder.
You know, what Brebeuf did there to cut it down to 4 back-to-back goals, playing defense. A lot of teams you're going to play against, you have the opportunity there to steal the momentum and to move forward and continue to cut into that deficit. However, when you're Center Grove and you've got one of the best girls in high school lacrosse in Emily Franklin, who has the ability to take over the game defensively and offensively, She said, all right, that's cute. We gave you your 2. We're going to come right back in the final minute and a half of the third quarter and snag 2 more right back from you. More than likely out of reach, 9-3. You never want to say never. But I think if you're Center Grove here, it's a battle of let's get to double digits, let's get to 10, and then let's play the possession game where we slow things down. Clock is on our side. If you're Brebeuf, you just got to get it and go, 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 go. And once again, as we talked about at halftime, it starts right here at midfield.
Yeah.
And being able to create an opportunity halfway through the field. But Franklin's done a great job of shutting it down. She's been great here on the draws.
By the way, for Brebeuf this year, the least amount of goals they have scored, they had 9 against Westfield. They're ranked number 11. They had 8 against Cathedral. They're number 6. They had 7 in a tough loss at Noblesville. They lost that one 8-7. They had 7 against HSC. They're number 3. And then Zionsville, they lost it 11-10, and they're ranked number 4. So they've been scoring against good teams.
Yeah, but it's obvious here that Center Grove said, look, we're going to defensively make you uncomfortable. But, quick one here, just missed it wide of the net. That would have been big time to get one that quickly to start this fourth quarter.
Yeah, hurrying down there, number 25 was Schaefer, who had picked up the last goal there for Brebeuf.
Still with time. You can still be patient, but at this point you're at the time where you need to get as many shots towards the goal as you can.
High pass and turned over.
Yep. Tried it there, just threw it a little bit too wide. Ball batted loose here, but we'll have a high stick there and a little bit of contact, give it right back over to the Trojans of Center Grove.
Tony, that's number 18 now for Brebeuf.
Yeah, 18 to 3 goals. A lot of those turnovers has led to Center Grove getting down and getting high percentage looks, as the wind now certainly picking up here.
As Weir had control across the midfield line, and again, they're going to use some clock. That is a wise thing to do.
Yep, just be patient here. Set yourself up, minute or two type possessions.
One thing that, again, high school doesn't have is a shot clock.
Yeah.
You'll have that in college lacrosse. Arthur trying to find an opening right there. That's
trying to make something out of nothing.
Yeah, that able to keep it, though, is Burns. Burns lost it on the double team.
And off to you just go with it now. This is your opportunity. Force turnovers, take off, control the ball. That one, a lucky bounce right back to Brebeuf.
It was a nice job by Arthur. The check from behind stopped that momentum for the moment for the Braves. Staying outside the 8-meter, now backing up, and we've got another whistle and stoppage of play. And looks like we'll have a free position opportunity here for Brebeuf. This is only their 4th of the night.
Yeah, they've been able to take advantage of it 2 out of the first 3.
Straight away. Good jump to bounce, and that one took a odd bounce to the left.
Kekis did a great job of getting in there and getting her stick on the opposition stick and forcing that to go. Didn't have much mustard behind it, so to speak.
The thing is about this, that's 14 turnovers by Center Grove, so they're really only
couple back.
Yeah. Got 18 on one side,
but when you have a Division I player on your team, you know those types of turnovers. Franklin's good enough.
Well, there's another one. 19 now for Brebeuf. That one really pretty much unforced. Dagley in transition back the other way. That's what that's for, that phone.
Yeah, it's a nice bookmark
there. Good paperweight.
Great pass here. Just couldn't quite corral it. And picked right back from behind. Great defense there by Burns, forcing the turnover.
That's number 20 now for Brebeuf. 17 on the night now for Center Grove. That's Arthur.
Franklin with a nice screen here, so to speak. And they're going, look, we don't need this. We'll just pass it back out and waste a little bit more clock on you as we are down below 8 minutes.
And this brings up another idea here. If you're on the defensive side, you're willing to maybe make some more.
You're going to be aggressive. Like you're going to get, you see right here, you're okay with making some physical contact. Maybe you get that step ahead and force a turnover or grab the ball out of midair.
You have to take some chances.
Yeah, 100%. Especially, time's not on your side. Trailing this 9-3.
Pass intended for Arthur, just a little bit behind her. Picked up by Madison Bissard. Now back outside to Franklin.
And what do we have here?
It's going to go against Brebeuf.
Yeah.
I want to remind you, make sure you check out IndianaSRN.org for all the girls' games coming up throughout the month of April. Nice pass to the inside. Arthur can't come up with it, and it'll be a turnover there for Center Grove.
It's 9-3. It seems like it's out of reach. But, when you throw McFadden in there at goal, she's done a great job, I thought. You give it up 9. Some of them are coming right at you.
Yeah.
And it's hard when there's a D1 player coming right at you to score. This game is, I think it's been played a little bit closer than a 6-point deficit or a 6-goal deficit.
Sylvia back in here for Brebeuf. Got to get some quick shots going as that clock will continue to tick away here in the fourth period. When that Center Grove defense, they've just been all over, and they're going to force yet another turnover.
Nice little turnover right there by Lila Ware. See if she can throw it forward and try to lead a teammate into a possible goal. She does. Finds it forward. One extra pass. Little contact. Ball loose.
Yep. It's going to go back over.
To Brebeuf. Halfway through the fourth.
Well, you mentioned that wind has picked up quite a bit here. As we get later and later in the evening, though, been a beautiful night. We haven't had a good night like this in a while.
Yeah, we'll take this. I kept looking at the forecast, and I was like, man, it's going to rain. Oh, look, we got the sunny and 62. Down to about 54 degrees right now, however, with that wind.
That'll be high tomorrow, by the way.
I don't know if I want to.
I know you're probably somebody that gets out and gets that suntan on a nice Friday evening.
Yeah, that's what we're looking for.
Yeah,
52, sunny tomorrow, 58. I'll take that.
Pass to the inside, and the shot just a little bit off the mark, though outside the crease.
Yeah, couldn't quite corral it, but Flores bounces it, and Brebeuf now has it, picked right back up by Center Grove.
Whistle against the Braves, and Franklin takes off. Tonight's game brought to you in part by Wheeler Mission. For over 131 years, Wheeler Mission has been a pillar in the Indianapolis community, providing help, hope, and healing to people in need. If you'd like more information, give them a call, 317-686-6239.
Yeah, great pass down low, just a little bit short on that second pass, and they'll reset. They're going, look, clock's on our side. We're okay with this clock. Moving now under 4:30.
Center Grove wins. It'll be their 8th of the season, and the Braves would fall to 4-5. Don't forget, after this one, the Morales Group postgame show, and Tony will be naming the Piper Logistics Player of the Game.
I think I have a pretty good idea of who that is going to be.
Yeah.
She might be playing her college lacrosse where? Charleston. Nothing wrong with that. Sunny skies.
Ow.
Yeah, that's you're going to call something.
No, we're not calling it now.
Cracked her back a little bit. She might have liked it. Feels a little bit better now.
Boussard taking a beating there by that Braves defense as we're under 4 minutes.
Pass, just a little contact, forced the breakup.
Well, that's one area that the Trojans will have to cut back on, the amount of turnovers they've had a few tonight. We head the other way again. The successful clear there by Brebeuf, and unfortunately, they turn it over.
Tick, 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 the tick, the tick, the tick. It's all about the clock right now.
You know, one thing that for Center Grove that I know they'll want to work on is, again, just that ball control and wasting as much time as they can. Something you'll need maybe in a close contest somewhere down the line as Franklin makes her move to the inside, takes a stick, and then the flag comes out, the trailing official.
Under 3 to go.
Looks like Franklin will have the free position opportunity straight away. This will be the 6th of the night for Center Grove. Franklin, tough, straight away. How about that save, though?
McFadden said, look.
McFadden did a nice job.
I'm going to get right, and you can tell Franklin's a bit frustrated here. She's playing defense up real close. She wants one more opportunity. She wants the team to score double digits, but great job there by McFadden. I mean, she's had a pretty good night.
Yeah.
Especially, throwing her in there, giving her first start, seeing what that looks like for her. It's tough going against a team like Center Grove, as we know.
So now the Braves past midfield as we're at 2 minutes remaining. Can they get another one? Pass a little bit off the mark again, and that's been kind of a Achilles heel tonight for Brebeuf in the amount of turnovers they have had. They'll have a little bit of a line change as well as Maddie Medley will come in, number 2.
Great pass there.
Also, Nico Betley will come in.
Great pass there, cross field. Finds Franklin. And just a minute 39 left in this one.
Again, Brebeuf made all kinds of changes in their lineup as that one in the crease, and that means that Center Grove will have to back away from it.
Yep.
So right now, the Trojans on the verge of winning their 8th of the season. Don't think there's any doubt about it, though. Brebeuf will take a lot out of this one here tonight.
Yeah, just taking advantage of opportunities.
There
that
you
one
go.
Goes in. And Mackenzie Fawkes with the goal. Right there, just got in deep, got the pass, and bounces it in. So.
And Fawkes, picked up her 2nd of the night.
Yep, scoring aplenty. And into double digits we go here. It's a nice forward-thinking pass, gets deep into the zone. Right there, turn and fire, gets it to go.
Tony, that's 16 shots on goal tonight, only 6 tonight for the Braves.
Yeah, 10 of 16 is not bad. When you think about shooting percentage against a Brebeuf team. I think here you're just going to play clock management. Minute 2 to go. Girls getting a little bit colder. Just say, you know what? Center Grove's probably going to try to win this. Give somebody else a chance because, as we know, Emmy's been in there most of the night.
Yeah.
Franklin's been in there. They're going to have a sub.
This is a 9-6 lead for Center Grove. That'll go against Brebeuf.
Yep.
Tonight's game brought to you in part by Highway Safety Services. You do what you do. We'll keep you safe doing it. 765-446-1502.
Let's see what the call is here.
Got a yellow. We're going to get a slash that time on Grace Sylvia.
That was called a little bit later in the play. I think Center Grove had an opportunity there to maybe find the back of the net one more time. But, if you see it, you call it.
Yep.
And a great job there by the officials to call it.
So now it'll be Arthur pretty much straight away at the 12. They're going to call that against Center Grove.
Wow.
We got some big games coming up down the line, only into April but into May. So only boys and girls lacrosse here in IndianaSRN. Final 35 seconds in this one here tonight.
Yeah, try to get one here. You put yourself in a 1-minute situation where you say, hey, let's wipe away the scoreboard. Let's see if we can find one. Because we could be playing next week where we're down 1 or we're tied.
Yeah.
Late in the game. So let's see what we can do. You talk about 2-minute drills in football. Have the same thing here in lacrosse. Hey, there's going to be a time where we're going to need a goal quick. And there's no better time to practice a simulation, even though this one's out of hand, by wiping a scoreboard clean here and trying to get one more.
Free position opportunity from the right side for Brebeuf, and the shot knocked away. Nice save again.
Flores uses the face mask. Scooped right back up. Let's see here. The clock never started.
They're going to make sure Tony doesn't get that pizza eaten
Hey,
before
all right, let's go.
he goes home.
That breeze is getting to me. Cut glass up here. And that'll about do it right there.
Yep, down to our final 7 seconds in this one.
Ooh.
That'll go against the Braves. And that'll do it. So for the second year in a row, Center Grove has knocked off Brebeuf. They win it tonight by a final of 10-3. We'll come back with the Morales Group postgame show coming up next on IndianaSRN.
Calling officials cheaters or corrupt.
Insulting referees.
Threatening officials.
Berating young umpires, learning the ropes.
Violent language in the stands.
Screaming at a referee in the parking lot. It's not a game.
You want a piece of equipment you can trust, one that's easy to use. No matter the size of the job, you want to create a feeling worthwhile, something you can use for every job. For over 60 years, Reynolds has been a community staple, ensuring our customers powerful implements and top quality care and service. You need something that's in it for the long haul. Visit Reynolds Farm Equipment, your hometown John Deere dealer, today at reynoldsfarmequipment.com.
We are back once again, a final time here at Center Grove, a big 10-3 win, Tony, as we are now into the Morales Group postgame show, building better futures one story at a time. Whether you're looking to start a new career or grow your team with exceptional talent, the Morales Group is here to help you succeed. And not just overall, just a great game both ways. I know Brebeuf probably wishes they had a few more shots on goal tonight. Turnovers kind of hurt them a little bit, but how about Center Grove? They just had so many players come up big.
Yeah, they controlled the draw. They created shots for teammates, got close to the crease with those extra passes, and were really able to take advantage of having Brebeuf on the run, forcing Brebeuf into 20-plus turnovers, which led to numerous goals here tonight. And Emmy Franklin, look, she showed it defensively, forced a lot of turnovers, had a couple assists, added 2 goals to the party in the 10-3 victory. So, big-time win here for Center Grove. Always nice to do it on a lovely evening. Always nice to get a home win on your home turf.
So the Piper Logistics player of the game, I'm assuming, is?
Yeah, we'll go with number 6, Franklin. She was great on the draw, which I think really set up a lot of her teammates. Found the extra pass, had, I believe, 3 assists. So she assisted on 3 of the 10 goals. She scored 2 of those 10 goals. So, and then defensively, she was great as well. She was able to, how many times do we see her force a turnover, and she's taken off downfield, setting up her teammates. So, great opportunity for here this afternoon to show off her skills. Obviously, going to Charleston next year, but a big-time win here for Center Grove, 10-3.
Well, certainly a great job again tonight. Our producer did a great job because he, before the game, we're going to get this in real quick, got across the field, went to the bathroom, made it back before we started.
Hey, cutting across the field saves you a minute and a half. Chuck will tell you that.
Yeah, but he didn't go the first. He went outside, but he came back the right way. So thanks to him for doing a great job
Nathaniel,
tonight.
We appreciate it.
Yeah, Nathaniel, and, of course, Chuck, our camera person. Of course, I want to thank all the fine folks here at Center Grove as well. Very hospitable and gave us all a lot of information leading into this game, and we just enjoy coming down here and doing the game. So fantastic job for them as well. All right, final score once again. Center Grove knocks off Brebeuf that final 10-3. Thanks for being with us. We'll see you next time right here on IndianaSRN.
Hey, thanks for joining us tonight. We consider it a privilege to have you as one of our listeners and viewers. If you'd like to see more content just like tonight, just hit the donate button. Every dollar that you donate will go right back into more games right here on IndianaSRN. This means more games for you. It's IndianaSRN, where you always have a front row seat.
Looking to elevate your brand? Choose Dynamark, your local one-stop shop for all your print, signs, promo products, apparel, and mailing services. Serving Indianapolis for over 50 years. Dynamark, where strong relationships are built through exceptional service.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
We encourage you to follow us on Twitter at IndianaSRN. Find upcoming games, video highlights, and much more. Follow us now at IndianaSRN.
From warehousing to transportation and everything in between, Piper Logistics does it all. Centrally located, Piper Logistics has 2 warehouses in Indianapolis and a warehouse in Cincinnati, Ohio. Piper Logistics houses over 1 million square feet. Along with our transportation department, we can provide service to half the United States markets.
Get a gator that will get you where you need to go. Something you can get in and go with plenty of space. Be ready to tackle any terrain, large or small. When you choose Reynolds, you choose reliability. A guaranteed great customer experience and relationship from the moment you walk in. Come in and see for yourself or visit reynoldsfarmequipment.com.
At Morales Group Staffing, we are all about building better futures. And during these times, we are working hard to put people to work. We are now hiring for hundreds of jobs with pay up to $17 an hour. Visit our website at moralesgroup.net or text JOBS, JOBS, to 317-472-7600 to apply now and get hired today.
We encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, IndianaSRN. Hit the bell to get notifications for upcoming games and more. Watch as many games as you want, as many times as you want.